do a damn thing. I'm the one who has to do everything. Fucking asshole. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm the one who does everything. Huh? And he asks what's going out. Bitch. Even with me.
Alone until you overcome your... This without ever saying it out loud. So...
Three days later, deputies found Pickett's car along with guns and ammunition and...
Advertising campaigns in other states. It's a normal thing to try to influence the policies of other states. As a governor. No, it's not, unless you're running for president. So Gavin Newsom was on Meet the Press, and they asked him some about abortion, and I thought this was a heck of an answer. This is getting into the, do you believe abortion is okay clear up till birth? Here's how it sounded.
Let me press you, though, Governor. Do you think there is a week that access to abortion should be banned?
I think we've established that firmly in the context of what states are doing, like California, where we establish a constitutional right to access abortion. And at the end of the day, I think that's a determination for women and their doctors. As it relates to the issues in California, we've established that firmly in the state constitution. As it relates to getting into the debate around late-term abortion, that's a complete canard.
Why is that a canard? Well, as it relates to the context, it relates to as it relates, it relates. First of all, I wonder whether he has national chops. He was falling back on some crutch phrases there. First of all, how amazing is it? Especially given the polls over and over and over again for years. Vast majorities of Americans, Republicans and Democrats, men and women, are okay with abortion first trimester. Vast majorities of Americans, men and women, Republican and Democrat, are not okay with it after that. He still can't say out loud anything that gets close to saying, no, it's not okay clear up until the day of birth. Can't say that out loud politically? Really? Is that where the discussion is? Yeah, he's enthralled to his extremist wing. And was that Margaret Brennan, or I can't remember which of the horrific, unwatchable shows that was. That's Welker on Meet the Press, and she gave him 2 chances. So is there any date where you think abortion shouldn't happen after that date? And he would not say that. Of course there's a point. No, he was never going to say that. He can't. Isn't that indicative of how out there these people are? You can't say, well, obviously, if the kid's going to be born in 10 minutes, you can't murder it. No, he would never say that. And, that's horrifying. Ms. Welker asking the question twice is a pretty good follow-up, but I'd have been tempted to say, all right, you say this discussion of late-term abortion is a canard. Indulge me. I'm the canardy in the coal mine, if you will. How about, like, 37 weeks? How about 38? This is a canard. What's canard mean? A distracting and illegitimate facet of a discussion. Okay. A red herring, if you will. I'd say this is a long way from that. That's a long way from an irrelevant, not important distraction from the conversation. At what point can you stop aborting clearly living babies? An unfounded rumor or story. Especially because unless you are an extremist on abortion, and let's see, there's a better word for that. What's that fancy word they use in think tanks for? Not an extremist, but I don't know, you're certainly an absolute maximalist. Maximalist is a good one. Yeah, there we go. So unless you're a maximalist, no abortion ever, and that's fine, I can respect your stance, or a maximalist, any abortion, including to like kindergarten, some of these lunatics are in favor of, the entire question, the rest of us, which is practically all of us, the entire question we're weighing is when. Right, that's the whole conversation. The dividing line. So to pretend that's a canard, you're an idiot. Well, you're evil, Gavin. I'm sorry. To call you an idiot is unfair and demeaning. You are a bright man. You are evil, on the other hand.
Transitioning into a different topic by means of this statement from one of my favorite pundits.
Label this part of the podcast, Jack announces he is transitioning. That'll get more clicks.
I don't know if it works with my newly dyed goatee. Katie, I need a woman's opinion. I feel like I went too far this time.
Katie, please don't hold back.
I think I went too far this time with the dyeing of my goatee.
I can't tell you how much I was hoping you weren't going to ask me, because I don't... Jack, it's bad.
Yeah, it's way too much, right?
It's... You went... I don't... Were you just going, like, go big or go home with the shade? Because you went dark.
Well, yeah, the problem is it's cheap dye applied by an amateur. That's the problem.
All right, look into Touch of Gray. It is a product for the older fella that leaves the salt and pepper look.
Yes.
Just changes the ratio a little bit, as opposed to your current look, which is, well, tragicomic.
Creepy.
Creepy, tragicomic. So many different words.
Now,
So many different words spring to mind.
Tragicomic.
Just to be nice, though, at least on a little bit, at least you don't have hair. Because if you had hair...
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Oh,
Because I'm bald, yeah.
Yeah. Touch of Gray.
No, I realized as soon as I was done, this went way too far.
Yeah.
I should get it done professionally once just to see what it'd be like. I looked into that. It's like $20. You do it every couple of weeks, like in a chair.
Skipping over my fabulous advice. Well, that's fine.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm going to try professional, see what happens.
In the meantime, shave. Do that for all of us.
And then I'll tell them what I'll tell them. I say a coworker of mine said to avoid creepy, so I'm trying to avoid creepy. That's what I'll tell them when I walk into the room.
That's your standard.
I disagree. I think he ought to add a dark wig.
Oh, Michael.
At least give it a try for a week.
Creepy. Wow.
After a week, we won't even notice.
Creepy and tragicomic. Okay, I'll write those down. Keep that in mind every time I look in the mirror. Geez, now I got to get back to something really serious here. So the abortion thing leads into this. One of my favorite pundits posted this over the weekend. Basically, don't hold your breath. For the dominant media to begin covering the Georgia murder on par with the Alabama IVF ruling. That is, that ruling in Alabama about frozen embryos that they're making seem like the biggest story in America.
Right.
But hardly any coverage for the fact that this Georgia college student woman was murdered violently by an illegal who had been arrested before. So you got multiple stories there. You got the whole, we arrest people who show themselves to be criminals, but then let them out again, and it's an illegal.
ICE asked for a detainer on this scumbag. They said, hey, we got to get rid of him. And the blue New York authorities said, no, we're turning him loose. We don't cooperate with ICE.
And here's...
God damn them.
And so news coverage that it is getting, it should be getting a lot of news coverage, but here's some news coverage it did get from the Associated Press. The killing of a nursing student out for a run highlights the fears of solo female athletes. Oh, really? So that's the story? It highlights the fears of solo female athletes. That's what we should focus on, not the fact that we have a revolving door for criminals, one, and we're allowing murderers into the country by who knows what number because we have an open border. No, the story is solo female athletes are in danger. That's just amazing.
Wow. The AP report that tried to make it seem like a women's sports feature omitted the fact that this guy, this murderer, was an illegal alien at all. They omitted the fact that he'd been arrested and turned loose by a blue, municipality that wouldn't cooperate with ICE. It's absolutely it's outrageous. It's an overused word these days, but people should be outraged by the AP. Utterly dishonest.
So the dominant media, I like that term. You don't have to make a judgment, but we all know what it is. The dominant media, I guess, is so afraid that us morons out there will hear about this and think all the people coming from Mexico or Venezuela or whatever are rapist murderers. So they'll never talk about when that is true, as opposed to treating us like adults and having a conversation about, yeah, the vast majority of people coming into this country just want a better life, and you do the same thing. But some of them are criminals, and we really ought to try to figure out which ones are. And have that really complex adult conversation. Let's just pretend that everybody that sneaks into the country has the best intentions.
Right, well said, yeah. So this outrageous, horrific AP article also cited the 2018 death of a University of Iowa student while out jogging, omitting the fact that she was killed by an illegal alien. Yeah, it's trouble. I'd say it is. Well, you heard it here. I believe the utter dishonesty, political, the fact that the dominant media has been purchased politically and is completely dishonest, I believe that will energize alternate media sources. Whether it's in time and whether those sources end up doing a good job or not, or just fall for the temptations of clickonomics, I can't say. I don't know, but there ought to be a hot place in hell for the AP.
I'm gonna have to shave, aren't I? I can't be walking around looking creepy.
Or get some gray dye. Dye it back to being gray.
That'd be weird.
Yes,
but appropriate.
That
I'll
is
just shave.
too much of a gap.
I know that stuff
over
exists
there.
because I portrayed famously, check Variety. You can Google the stories, I think. As a high school senior, I portrayed Emile Debec, or was I a junior, in the classic South Pacific, the French plantation owner, and I had to get some gray spray around the temples to give me a bit more of a worldly look.
Why you're this far.
So I know you exist.
Katie said I look creepy, but I was intending for younger. But it's possible that I do look younger, and when I was younger, I just looked creepy.
Oh, wait
I
a
was
minute.
just creepy looking as a young person. That's possible.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
When I was young.
He's recaptured his earlier creepiness.
Right. All right, we got more on the way. Stay here.
Armstrong and Getty.
Chilly winter mornings are perfect for staying under the covers and having breakfast in bed, and HelloFresh supports that dream because they're giving away one breakfast item with every single HelloFresh delivery for life.
For free. That means while you're a HelloFresh subscriber, not only will you enjoy your pick of the tasty dinner recipes they're known for, you'll also enjoy breakfast for free.
HelloFresh actually has you covered for every mealtime occasion with a delicious array of quick lunches, sides, snacks, apps, desserts, and a whole lot more.
And not only does HelloFresh help you cut back on extra trips to the grocery store, but their pre-portioned ingredients help eliminate excess food waste.
Yeah, and if I can do it, anyone can. This year, make eating better and saving money a priority and make it easy with America's #1 meal kit.
Join HelloFresh today and get free breakfast for life with the code ArmstrongFree at HelloFresh.com/ArmstrongFree. That's one free breakfast item per box while subscription is active with the code ArmstrongFree at HelloFresh.com/ArmstrongFree. One more time, HelloFresh.com/ArmstrongFree. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. It's a needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you ready for hard-hitting observations?
Reality remains reality, no matter how hard you try to ignore it.
The Ben Shapiro Show brings you all the news you need to know in America today.
Again, I'm all here for the pop culture, people dating each other for the press.
Ben breaks down the culture and never gives an inch.
Every so often, and by every so often I mean literally every 27 seconds when the producer gets fired.
The Ben Shapiro Show on YouTube or wherever you listen.
that many of the attorney ads you've seen or heard aren't even based here in the Bay Area? Some aren't even based in the state of California.
That's right, but Chris Dolan and the Dolan Law Firm have been based right here in the Bay Area for over 25 years. They're award-winning personal injury and employment attorneys fighting for you where you live.
If you've been discriminated against at work, wrongfully terminated, or sexually harassed, your rights matter. Go to DolanLawFirm.com and learn more about your rights.
Over the past year, Chris and his team saw a sharp increase in no-fault injury accidents. Remember, motorcyclists, pedestrians, cyclists, and children playing are all around us. Please be careful. Let's work together in making the Bay Area a safer place.
The Dolan Law Firm has secured more than $1 billion. That's $1 billion with a B in verdicts and settlements on behalf of their clients. Feel confident that you're in good hands with the award-winning California Lawyer of the Year, and you pay nothing up front, no hourly rates, no fees, and they don't get paid until you get paid.
They live here, they work here, they win here. DolanLawFirm.com. DolanLawFirm.com.
It's the Zero Res Flash Sale. Today only. It's just $43 per room of carpet or tile clean. But you have to call today and ask for the Armstrong and Getty special. 877-321-0739. Or book online at ZeroResBayArea.com. Choose Armstrong and Getty special online to get $43 per room clean. Today only. Don't miss out. Just $43 per room of carpet or tile clean. Call 877-321-0739 or ZeroResBayArea.com. Today only.
You know the house of your dreams, but your personal banker is telling you he cannot offer a loan until your current home is sold. The real estate market is highly competitive, and you don't want to lose the opportunity. What now?
This scenario is all too familiar, especially in today's fast-moving real estate market. No worries, I've got great news. I'm Mark Hahn, CEO of Pacific Private Money. As a private lender, we are able to offer loans up to 100% of the purchase price on that dream home with fast, easy, and affordable financing, allowing you to compete on the same level as cash buyers. Pacific Private Money allows you the flexibility to move on your terms, not your bankers. Give us a call and let us show you how Pacific Private Money can help make buying your next home easier than you ever thought possible. 415-926-4444 or find us online at PacificPrivateMoney.com.
Armstrong and Getty Show.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his top security officials holding a major press conference in Kyiv, vowing to win the war and disclosing Ukrainian casualty figures for the first time. They claim 31,000 Ukrainian troops have been killed since the war began. That's far lower than recent U.S. estimates, around 70,000. Zelensky also saying Ukraine needs military aid from the U.S. within a month.
Over the last 2 years, Ukraine has not wanted to comment on casualty figures, preferring instead to project strength. But President Zelensky did so as a sign, perhaps, of just how serious the situation here is.
Yeah, I took in a lot of the 2-year anniversary of the invasion and remembering what it was like at the time. Man, it's amazing that they withstood that initial attack by Russia and were able to hold on. You remember the video of Zelensky and his the people right beneath him in the dark there in Kyiv saying, hey, we're still here. We didn't leave. Our government, Joe Biden, was encouraging him to leave, which a lot of world leaders would have. They'd have gone to Paris and set up a government in exile and let the country fall and lived a nice life from that point on. A lot of people would have done that. He did not.
Thank goodness for the incompetence and corruption of the Russian military, among other things.
Yeah, and a lot of help from us behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. But not enough help and not fast enough. History will never know what could have happened if we had given them what they wanted right off the bat. Oh, David Cameron, former Prime Minister of Great Britain, one of the Sunday shows yesterday, going pretty far, I thought, being diplomatic, but going pretty far of basic